Starting from here, we're going to build this. I'm calling it MetaCube. What we're exploring today is the use of the instanced mesh, as well as using improved noise to create this beauty. If you're just getting started with Three.js and you want a solid foundation, check out Learn Three.js Basics. Okay, getting started. First thing I want to do, I'm going to change this to just a mesh basic material. I'm also going to change the geometry to a three.box geometry. And we'll define it as size, comma, size, comma, size. Now we have a cube that's white. I'm going to kill the rotation on that for now. I also should probably call it cube or box or something. So we have this basic geometry. Hang on, don't need this position local anymore. So we need an instance mesh. Instead of using this box here, let's const count equals, let's do a 5x5 instance mesh metacube. Using two stars next to each other is exponentiation, meaning this is 5 to the third power. Okay, so that's right. I'm going to say a mesh is equal to the geometry material on the count, and then we'll add that to the scene. I don't think we get any kind of cool result yet, because we haven't set up the position for each of these guys. Oh yeah, I need that dummy. Let's set up the position of everything real quick. Let's see what our instance mesh metacube is going to look like. For that it shouldn't be I, it should be X. X is equal to 0. Well, X is less than amount. This has to be amount. My bad. We need this in a separate variable. Like that, and then we can easily adjust that. X is less than amount. X plus equals 1. Yeah, that's good, except this part is not good. Hang on a second. What we want to do is say dummy.set position XYZ plus offset. I don't know what this offset does exactly. Let's have a look. Const offset is equal to amount minus 1 times half. Let's see what happens. Oh, it blows up because set position is not a function. Well, what should it be? Position.set. Fair enough. Position.set. That's not working yet. So what is dummy? Dummy is an object 3D that we're using to render the instance mesh. Okay, I need I and then dummy.matrix. Not if, dummy, I. I plus equals 1. Let's let I appear. Yeah. All right, what happened? That's not really working yet. Maybe the size is too big. Let's shrink the size down. Oh, that's better. The initial position is not good, though. Or times, what did I say, times? Offset minus X. And offset minus Z. Like so. Much better. Move the camera back a smidge. Look at that. We already have our metacube. If you want, you can change the amount to 10. And that's going to break the camera position. So let's move amount up to the top. And let's set the camera position .z to amount times 1.1. How does that look? Not quite good enough. Like that. Almost. So now if we change the amount to 5 Yeah, and then we change the amount to 20. Either way, it's good. How does this look with a mesh standard material instead? It probably looks pretty dark. Oh, I have a hemisphere. Pretty cool, right? Crank that amount up to insane levels, and look, it's still pretty performant. I'm just curious of something. So let's import improve noise, instantiate the noise, const noise equals improve noise. Noise. I like having the noise amp and noise scale. We'll get to color in a second. Hold on. NZ. Hang on. Let NZ. Now NZ equals noise.noise, blah, 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 times n scale. Great. And let's offset these guys just on the x-axis. See how that looks. Oh, look at that. And the y-axis. And of course, the z-axis. What do you think of that? That's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm going to drop down the amount to 10. Wow. That's pretty cool. So I didn't initially want to do that, but I really like the effect. And it's a great tool to visualize the noise. If I turn the noise scale down, see how it has less of an effect. And if I turn the noise amplitude down, even less, like almost imperceptible now. Turn the noise amp way up, and I don't see anything. I don't see any difference at all. That's weird. There's a sweet spot for the noise amplitude. Look at that. Why one wasn't doing anything is puzzling to me. I guess it's too small, and you don't see it. It's so weird. Turn the noise scale. Hang on, 0.8 was kind of a sweet spot of just chaos. And turn the noise scale down to 0.1. So they're barely kind of chaotic. I think animating it is the next step. So here's our animate method. Metacube.update. This, user data. User data dot update. Where's the dump? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to create a metacube object here, const. And it could be a group. Metacube is equal to a new 3.group. Metacube.add mesh. Great. And now, that doesn't look good. Let's say metacube.userData equals this. Update method. Don't need that time. Don't need that either. We don't need any of this because we're just going to copy it from here. Format it. Oh, I forgot to add the metacube to the scene. Scene.add metacube. Good. But how do I do that? How do I animate that? I need to pass in a time value. Or just t. And we'll call that here time. Time gets a default value of 0. And let's scale it down a little bit. Time times equals 0.001. Now with that time value, we can use that time plus. Oh boy. Sorry, T plus. Now they're animating along the x-axis. T plus, x and y, and T plus. It looks kind of boring. And there's too much of a pattern. Let's crank this down and crank this up. Ooh, that's a little better. Also really weird. Let's slow time down. I think that'll look better. Half fast. Nope. Still half as fast again. There we go. Crank up the amount. Oh my. It's still really kind of boring looking. Let's turn this back into a mesh basic material. And let's do this fun thing where we are going to add some color. Oh, scale too. All right. I like this. Let's remove the noise from this guy. Comment this guy out. So now the position just like that. I got excited with the material. Not ready for that yet. And let's set the scale. Also a really cool effect. What if we did both? Well, I like that. Okay, but back to just the scale. Okay. And drop this number down to, I don't know, 15? Halfway between. Now, I want to affect the color. First, let's just create color, the new color. Color doesn't matter. And I want to color.setHSL. Wow, that's a lot there, isn't it? And then smash set color at and needs update. If I don't use this needs update, we won't see a result. Well, we'll see a result, but it won't change. Already, that's really cool. Now we need to change it to a mesh basic material so that the color is better. It's brighter. Already really cool. But if we add this line to update the instance color, you'll see this color, each cube's color changes now. I'll turn off the scale so you can see it more clearly. Right? Wow, I effing love this. What does it look like to just do the position and the color? Position, color, and scale. Wow. Just wow, it looks great. You can crank up the lightness. Oh my God, that looks so cool. The color, the position is a little wonky. Hang on. That's better. I like locking in the position. Let's crank up the scale a little bit. So it's a little more exaggerated with the scale and the color. And now I need to drop this down again because I think it looks better like this. Drop it down to 10. Wow. We did it. Some things to try out is to rotate it as well. That's kind of a fun thing to try. With this wild value. This expression here I pulled right from one of the Three.js examples. And I think it's really cool looking. It's nice, right? The rotation is independent of the noise, but it's a cool effect. And what does it look like if you go completely berserk? Wow. What's 50 times 50 times 50? I think it's a lot. That's a lot of cubes. And it's sort of lagging a little bit, but not much. How's it look with 5? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 10 is cool. It's 20. Whoops, 20. 20 is pretty nice too. Not lagging at all. I think that's basically it. Some ideas for variations on this would be to use different geometry for your instance, like for example, an icosahedron or a tetrahedron. Use a color lookup. You could use a linear spline to map the noise value to a color range, like a palette. Instead of a cube, you could map this to a sphere and see how that looks. It might look really good. So leave a comment below. If you have a question, let me know. If you create something, please share it so we can see it. Thanks so much for coming by, and I'll see you in the next one.